Difference by Orb. This one's called I Am. Yeah. What up? You hear that sub? It goes. Ollie Ray, that goes.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube Messiah, and off limitations. Never duplicated superstar Too Vicious, and gonna go over Raw this week. It was in the ThunderDome. Still hasn't gotten old yet. On an unrelated note, starting after WrestleMania, the ThunderDome is going to be moving into the Yuengling Center in Florida, so cool to see that they still got plans to keep the ThunderDome moving until it's safe to do stadium shows in a certain kind of way. And I know you can make arguments because of what WrestleMania and all, but we're not going to do that. With that said, though, before we do, we're going to... News that I do want to go over was officially announced as of today of this recording. Rob Van Dam, the whole fucking show, is officially going into the Hall of Fame this year, and honestly, yeah, Rob Van Dam, man, I was lucky enough to see the man fucking perform in Viking Hall in ECW, man. So, I can't say I had the chance to see him live when he was running in WWE, but the fact that I got to see the motherfucker show that he was a top level guy even back then was more than enough. But, congratulations to Rob, very much so well deserved, as well as Molly Holly, Eric Bischoff, Kane, the Great Khali, though, yeah, not quite sure on that one. All I'm saying is I really hope Great Khali's induction speech has subtitles, because I've made these jokes about Khali in the past before, but honest to God, the guy looks like something out of The Hills Have Eyes. Almost like it's almost kind of sounding like the Swedish Chef from the Muppets. Ugh. Either way, now that we're done talking about the Hall of Fame inductees, let's switch gears, talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind, and the big highlights from last week's SmackDown more. Well, Edge's one-on-one match with Roman has officially been moved into a triple threat match with Edge, Roman, and Daniel Bryan, and I, for one, am not a fan of it. I don't like that. You know, I'm really hoping in the worst way humanly possible Daniel Bryan loses. You know, hell, I would love if Edge speared or choked out Daniel to get the win. Just so that way, yeah. But other than that, the other big highlights from last week's SmackDown, it was officially made Seth versus Cesaro at WrestleMania, as well as the one match that made pretty much the roof on the Vicious household damn near explode off of was when it was officially made Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, because all I could think of when that match became official was Kevin Steen looking El Generico dead in the eyes and say, "You and I are destined to do this forever. And I know somewhere out there, Jim Cornette is having a fucking aneurysm over the fact that these two are gonna have a fucking WrestleMania match, and I can't help but fucking gloat over that. Oh man, the only way this could be better is if they had a last man standing match. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, look up your Ring of Honor history and watch Kevin Steen versus El Generico, last man standing. Oh my god, whoa. Yeah. So, yeah. That said, let's get into this week's show. It starts out with McIntyre coming in, apparently in full character, you know, because he apparently walks into the arena wearing a kilt as opposed to, you know, wearing a pair of jeans or something, or shorts. I don't know. I mean, hell, what do I know? What do I know, right? I'm not Scottish. But yeah, McIntyre calls out Lashley for putting out a bounty on him basically last week, saying if anyone can take him out, they get a title shot. He wants them to step up to him so that way he could show Lashley who he's fucking with. And then we start out with, and then we get the Hurt Business out in, out in the ring, and Lashley pretty much ripping Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin a new one, talking about on how they fucked up because they lost their handicap match last week, and now they're barred from ringside, and then Lashley pretty much just kicks them out. They said the Hurt Business is done. Now, I know, I am just as annoyed on it as everyone else is. And I know a lot of people on the Twitter and all have been making the comments, well, WWE has a bad habit of breaking up factions and stables too soon, this, that, and the other. Okay, here's the thing, though. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that they didn't. When? When would be the prominent time? Because I'm not saying I condone that they break them up. No, not one bit. But if you're going to make the argument that they do it too much all the time, how about you give an idea? Tell me, when do you think that this group, this stable, this faction should break up? Because, you know, we'll pluck random examples out of the air. When D-Generation X, and I'm talking about when Hunter, X-Pac, and the Outlaws, not Hunter and Shawn, when they were in DX, they didn't start to scatter and break up until really when Triple H started to get his solo run with the McMahon-Helmsley faction. And the NWO, I mean, Christ, they got to the point to where you had an A squad, the B squad, and then you had like the fucking D- Saturday Night's Main Event squad. You know? New Day, as a more current example. New Day is still around. Now, obviously, Big E is on SmackDown, but here's the cold hard truth. Sometimes you gotta break up. You gotta break the groups up. Even if you don't want to, because sometimes maybe one talent outshines all the others. You want another good example on that? Take a look back at the 90s. The Brood, Gangrel, Edge, and Christian. Everyone thought Gangrel was going to be the big prominent star because, you know, he was the lead vampire. But, you know, once Edge got a mic and he got the chance to start talking, it was, ooh, look at him. You know? That's on how it went. Unfortunately, sometimes fate works fucked up ways. Fate works in a fucked up way. But yeah, Lashley destroys Shelton Benjamin and Cedric. Then we wind up then you see Shelton and Cedric saying that they both want a piece of Lashley. Tonight, Adam Pearce says he'll give him a handicap match, which for whatever reason eventually turns into a one-on-one match. We'll get into that in a few minutes. But before we do, let's get into the first match of the night. Sheamus going against Riddle in a one-on-one match, and right at the start, man, Sheamus was just grounding Riddle. Right at the start of it, Riddle wound up building up a comeback right after the break. You know, but Sheamus, he got the win though, doing a high pump knee, right to Riddle's face, right under the mush. Got the 1, 2, 3 after that, and then, yeah. Also, it's been made official, Sheamus is going against Riddle for the U.S. title, which I am seriously confused, because if Sheamus is supposed to be a heel, a villain, a bad guy, if you will, why are you having him destroy Riddle? Because If you're trying to have him be a bad guy, why would you do something that would make me want to cheer for him? Yeah. Either way, fingers, toes, anything that can be bent and crossed is crossed, hoping Sheamus wins that match at Mania. Next up, oh god, I can't believe this. Ugh. Jackson Ryker, fucking Gunner, is going against Braun Strowman. And before this, Shane McMahon did a promo talking about on how stupid Braun is, showing his 5th grade report card, saying he was a D- student, which, Shane, don't go knocking bad grades in school, man. You know, I wasn't necessarily the best. I wasn't an honor roll student when I was in school. Hell, I ain't gonna lie, I had to pay a few kids to get some test scores when I was a kid. Damn, you know, you do what you gotta do. But either way, as dead as that promo was, I still give Shane McMahon mad ups because the way he goes about approaching an opponent in that kind of way. Like, when he was doing X-Pac, it was X-Chump. Or Big Show, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? You know, and Braun just emphasizing on how he thinks Braun is just stupid. You know? Do I think it's shit? Yes. Horrible shit. It didn't make me laugh at all one bit. It didn't make me feel sympathy. It didn't make me think, you know, man, I really hope he whoops your ass in any kind of way. I was indifferent to it. It wasn't cold or hot, so I spit it out. Either way, as far as this match went, God almighty, I couldn't cheer for Braun any harder for fucking destroying Jackson Ryker. And, of course, for whatever fucking reason, they decided to give Braun Strowman fucking train sounds again. God help us if they give him fucking train sounds at WrestleMania. Because I could just picture that now. Choo choo! And oh my god. If that happens at fucking WrestleMania, people are gonna fucking... The fans that are gonna be at the show are gonna fucking hijack it, making train noises or yelling, "This is shit," or something like that to it. Either way, Strowman got the win doing a power slam and then called out Shane saying, hey, Shane, you said I can pick the stipulation, any stipulation I want for this match. So you know what? I want one-on-one, you and me, no way anyone can interfere, in a cage match. So we're going to get a solid steel cage. Oh, wait, salad. Yeah, wrong show. We're not doing gimmick infringement. A solid steel cage. There we go. That said, now we get to the Bobby Lashley versus Shelton Benjamin one-on-one that was supposed to be a handicap match. Yeah, Lashley pretty much murdered Shelton Benjamin. That's all it is to it. He put him in the hurt lock, and, you know, God bless. MVP was on commentary. Facefuck Phillips tried saying Benjamin tapped out and MVP. No, he straight up passed out. That's what that was. He passed out. Yeah. Next up, we got Xavier Woods going against AJ Styles. But before we did, we had the New Day doing a game night segment, which, honestly, I feel like this is one of those kind of segments where if there was a crowd to bounce it off of, I think it would have worked a little better because you would have had people to work. You would have been able to bounce it off of the crowd reaction, whether they were for or against it. But this, again, this felt flat. And I'm not, you know, again, a lot of people typically try and say I toe the company line with WWE and all that jazz, but man, this episode felt fucking weird, man, and not in a good way. This felt like a square peg jammed in a round hole in the worst possible fucking way possible. Ugh. As far as this match goes, though, you know, it was nice, fast pace. If I had to say, this was probably hands down the match of the night. You know? But the game night segment, you know, you had Kofi and Big E winning first at charades. And, you know, and then Pictionary, and just, oh man, just, yeah. It was a decent match. It was fast paced. Woods was leading the pace of the match more than anything. The match came to an end with Woods winning via DQ technically because, you know, as Woods was on the apron, he was about to go and hit the ropes and springboard. Omos grabbed him, boom, and just threw him over right in front of the ref seeing. Ref called for the bell. Kofi went to go and intervene. Omos got him up like this, and then threw him over the barricade and just made me want to yell, oh my god, they killed Kenny, to him. And then Omos got in a ring and just did like a huge like power bomb on the fucking Woods, which pretty sure I felt my soul leave the body when I saw that. Yeah. So yeah. Next up, we got women's action. Shayna Baszler going against Naomi, with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville ringside doing commentary, and Lana there for Naomi, Nia and Reginald over on Shayna's corner, and just, yeah. It was a decent enough match, you know? Shayna was dominating right up until about the end, where it turned into like one big giant what the clusterfuck. Not even a clusterfuck, but a what the clusterfuck. I feel like that needs to be made into a shirt or something. Gotta make a note on that. Wade, make a note on that. And yeah, just, ugh. It was a giant what the clusterfuck because Mandy and Dana were flapping their gums to Nia, and then Lana tried to intervene to stop Reginald from jumping in, which then made Lana jump in, and then Nia threw Lana into Dana, which made Mandy go and slap them, and then it turned into one big fight outside, and then during all the commotion, eventually, Naomi got the win with a fucking roll-up. Yeah. So now we come to the next match, Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet, and this came to be because McIntyre, out in the hallway in the back, just sitting there, strumming his foot, checking his watch, getting pissed off, storms into the locker room, calls out everyone, who the fuck is going to take up Lashley's offer? Who the fuck wants a shot? Huh? You take me out, you get a shot at the title. Who the fuck wants it? Braun! Braun, look at you, you big bastard! You should have been a 5-time champ by now. Why the fuck ain't you going to step up? And then next thing you know, Braun just looks at him. I'm going to deal with Shane. Once I'm done with him, whether it's you or Lashley, I'm going to come for that motherfucker. And then he goes to Riddle. Riddle, why aren't you coming after me? You know, bro, I got like so much going on right now, bro, with Sheamus, and you know, he's like a full Thanksgiving meal, bro, and it just, what the fuck? Just, ugh. And then McIntyre clocks him, grips up Humberto, tells him he wants him to step up, throws Garza over a couch, and then gets in Ricochet's face, says, you want to take me out? You want to take up that offer? You want to get a shot at it? Come and step to me, motherfucker. Paraphrasing, mind you. And then, So now we come to this match, and right at the start, Drew just throwing Ricochet around like a guy, making him live up to his ring name, ricocheting and bouncing off of whatever the fuck he's hitting. Ricochet, Ricochet, he built up a nice, small little comeback, but McIntyre pretty much pounded him and got the win doing a Claymore, and then Mustafa Ali came out of nowhere, started beating the shit out of McIntyre, McIntyre got a few shots in, backed him off, and then said, "You want some of me? You want some of me? Come on. Come and step to me, motherfucker." And then we get them two going at it, and Ali, he starts working on McIntyre's knee, trying to clip him out from there. And for the most part, it works relatively good, and it looks like it's going well for Ali right up until he's on the second rope, goes to do a springboard, or goes to do a crossbody. McIntyre, boom, headbutts him, gets some space. 3, 2, 1, Claymore. And then, yeah, basically then does like a Russell Crowe from Gladiator, "Are you not entertained?" kind of bit, calling out Lashley. And then lo and behold, the fucking Almighty steps out, and what we get them two looking each other in the eye, and just basically McIntyre saying, you know, "We're both big and bad. We're both at the top of the mountain. And I guarantee if I wasn't here right now, you would be running this place. But guess what? I am here, and I'm going to take what's mine." So, yeah, and then it led to them two having a fight with each other, them two slugging it out with each other, and then getting knocked out, and then Lashley getting knocked out of the ring. Lashley just standing at the apron like this, and then out of nowhere, of all fucking people, fucking Corbin came out of nowhere, started beating the shit out of McIntyre, took him down, and then Lashley popped in the Hurt Lock until he passed out, and he didn't put it in not once, not twice, but thrice, 3, count them, 3 times. And then that was the end of the show. Like I said, this was a really weird what the fuck kind of show, like a square peg in a round hole. Ugh. So yeah, that's about it for this week's show, folks. So, thank you to executive producer Ali Raven, who did provide the music for this week's show. Also, thank you to contributors of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. Make sure y'all check them out. They're a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Also, folks, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the episodes when you can. Look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious. Also look for me on the Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. If you find me on my Facebook gimmick, let me know you got me on there from here. On my Twitter at Tim Vicious, Creed Jones on. Also, folks, don't forget to follow these cool ass casts right here on the Twitter. Kenny Killer, PSB_IV, Diabolica RA, Sergeant Curry Pants, and Dubs in your face. And folks, look at all this KI, you know me great, you hate me. Fuck you.